In 1898, Marshal Silas Quinn rode into the silver mining town of Jubilation, looking to bring law and order to that wild but prospering corner of the Arizona Territory. He did so quickly, eager to send for his beautiful young wife Melody, having decided that Jubilation would be a good place for them to call home. But he sent for her too soon. Not long after her stagecoach rolled into town, the Kelly gang arrived too, accompanied by the notorious gunslinger and gambler Jamie the Kid Gallagher. Tension and jubilation soon hit the boiling point, and Marshal Quinn courageously went up against the outlaws in the Red Rock Saloon. Outgunned 7-1, Quinn single-handedly killed 5 of the vicious gang members and sent 2 men running for the border, but Kid Gallagher was among the survivors, much to Jubilation's misfortune. To avenge Bo Kelly's death, not because they were friends, but because Kelly owed him money, Gallagher kidnapped Melody and left town with both the marshal's wife and the entire contents of the Jubilation Bank and Trust. Desperate to save the woman he loved, Silas Quinn raced after them, but arrived too late. Melody was already dead at the Kid's vicious hand. Overcome with rage and grief, Quinn shot the outlaw, who died without telling a soul where he'd hidden the fortune he'd stolen. Marshal Silas Quinn quietly lived out the remainder of his days in Jubilation, making the town safe for all who lived there. He prospered and remarried in 1899. His second wife, Agatha, bore him a daughter, but he died from what historians believe was a burst appendix shortly before the child turned 6. His final words were of his beautiful Melody, and some think that, in truth, he died of a broken heart. And, okay, all right, some of that is true. The town's name was Jubilation, and it was in the Arizona Territory. And Silas Quinn did die, praise be to Jesus, some years after his second wife bore him a daughter. And yes, his first wife Melody was uncommonly beautiful, I'll grant you that, too. But that nickname, Kid, pure fiction. Matter of fact, the entire legend's a crock of carefully manufactured horse shit. It's about as historically accurate as the 3 Little Pigs, with its oversimplification of good versus evil. And I should know, because I was there. I'm the big bad wolf. That's right, my name is Jamie Gallagher. No kid. I never was a kid. In fact, I barely had a childhood. And while I'll hold to that truth that the legend never hurt any of us, enough is enough. It's about damn time that I climb out of this pig's stew pot that I've let myself be jammed in and help my great-grandson AJ set the story straight.
Chapter 1. Jubilation, Arizona. Present day. The son of a bitch was going to make her lie. Sons of bitches, Alison Carter corrected herself, because her adorable new friend Hugh was part of this hideous charade. In fact, it was rapidly becoming crystal clear that this, her impending lie, was the young production assistant's reason for bringing her here, to this undetermined level of hell. Oh, it looked like the dusty street outside of movie star Trace Marcus's huge trailer, but it was definitely hell. The morning sky was clear, and so blue it hurt Alison's eyes. It was barely 8:30, and the desert sun was already much too hot on the back of her neck.
"Who is she?"
Trace's wife demanded through her tears, her mascara making black streaks down what had once been a ridiculously pretty face. Now she just looked ridiculous, the plastic surgery she'd had leaving her looking perpetually surprised as she confronted her philandering husband.
"I want to know. I deserve to know."
"I hate you," Alison murmured to Hugh, who, with his tastefully messed red hair, hazel eyes, and athletically trim body, remained adorable despite his dragging her into this. "Trace needs to be in makeup in 20 minutes, he murmured back as he pulled her closer to this snake pit of domestic non-bliss. $97,000 an hour. That was his default answer to almost anything, his recitation of the enormous amount of money it was costing director Henry Logan's production company.